Emergencies and disasters happen, and in many instances, you can't avoid them. Webster terms an emergency as an unexpected situation that requires prompt action, and a disaster as a grave occurrence having harmful results. In the property management world, we see emergencies as loss of heat, a gas leak, water leak causing flooding in the property, etc. Basically, it's anything that can endanger a tenant's well-being. Now, a disaster would be a major flood, tornado, hurricane, fire, or some other natural act of nature. This year, once again, many parts of the country have suffered devastating events that no one can stop or even predict, such as severe heat, fires, flooding, and tornadoes. Hurricane season in Florida is from June to November. Since you can't avoid many emergencies or disasters, the only choice in our business is to be prepared with emergency procedures for when they happen. So there are 3 key areas to plan: before, during, and after the event in question. Plan emergency disaster office procedures and train personnel. Prepare tenants, whenever possible, on what to do in the event of an emergency or disaster. Identify emergency services to call when the situation happens. Identify vendors who will service the necessary repairs or cleanup. Monitor reports when there are events predicted. Implement office emergency and disaster procedures. Monitor conditions closely as they're happening. Keep all incoming lines open when possible. Prioritize emergencies during any situation. Counsel tenants as needed. Initiate critical repairs. Evacuate properties if necessary. Close the office if necessary with recorded emergency instructions. Determine the extent of the damage and cost of repairs and cleanup. Notify owners as soon as practical. Issue notices to vacate if the situation warrants. Now, what can the property owner do during an emergency or disaster? The before, during, and after items listed previously outline what the property management company has to do when an emergency or disaster occurs. But the owner has some key roles as well. Owners should check yearly to ensure they have adequate insurance coverage that's needed for emergency disaster situations. It's important to take the time to research different insurance companies for the best coverage. If advised of necessary preparations that would help the property or a pending situation, heed them. When an emergency or disaster occurs, it's crucial to understand that the property manager must handle the situation first and notify owners when the situation allows. It's also important to work with your insurance company to assist the property manager. Companies often only want to communicate with the owner of the property, so please help us out. Extend support to our company when it's necessary to evacuate the tenant for their safety and to repair the property. This can also reduce liability to you. Don't take the situation personally. It's something no one can prevent, and everyone needs to work together to work through the problems. No one likes to think about emergencies or disasters, much less experience them. By preparing in advance wherever possible, using common sense, and taking each step at a time, these events pass and reach resolution.